What's up guys, LeopoldTheBrave here, and welcome back after like half a year to I've Never Seen The Walking Dead. And sorry I'm whispering, it's like 2 in the morning and people are sleeping. I don't know why I decided to do this so late, but I finally got the motivation to continue this show. But yeah, so this episode, I watched the previous recording I did of I've Never Seen The Walking Dead to sort of jog and refresh my memory a little bit. And I've been watching people's live reactions to episodes of the show that I've already seen to get me pumped up and back into it. So I was all ready and prepared. So I checked into this episode and it looks like it's been weeks to months later since the last time. They didn't show the governor, but lots of people from Woodbury, I think the town was called, settled at the prison. It's like a refuge for them. They're hiding from the governor. They're thriving there and it's good. It's coming out good. And I like seeing all the people happy. Daryl and Carol are hitting it off, and I'm super happy. Glenn and Maggie are still doing well. They had a little pregnancy scare, but that's not much. They kind of resolved that by the end of the episode. And there were a lot of new characters that I grew to like. And they died. For one, there was this kid that was hanging out with Daryl. His name was Jess, I think. Jess, something. They called him that, and he's trying to guess what Daryl was before the zombie apocalypse happened and stuff, and he was a cool guy. I really liked him. And as soon as I said on Discord that I like this guy, I don't want him to die, he died. So, then there was this other dude with glasses. I think he was there with everyone during the whole incident, but yeah, he seemed to have gotten sick or something at the end of the episode, or maybe he was scratched by a zombie walker, and we just didn't know, but he collapsed in a shower after waking up in a cold sweat. And so it's going to be interesting to find out what happens in the next episode with a zombie in the walls of their protected community. Oh, I feel so bad for Beth though. A guy she was liking died and she was all sad and she was like, I don't cry anymore, Daryl. And oh, it was depressing. She needs to cry. You need to cry, baby girl. Come on. You need emotions. You need to be and feel real. Yeah. But anyways, that was episode 1. It was an intriguing start. It seems like everything's settling down at the prison. It seems like they can do pretty well without too many accidents. I mean, the episode was called 30 Days Without an Accident, so they went like a whole month pretty much. But yeah, I can't wait to see how it all goes wrong next episode. So that's it for now. Sorry, my thoughts are kind of processing because I'm getting back into the show. I kind of rushed through events and didn't really think too much on them. But hopefully I'll get more analytical again as I keep getting more episodes into it. But yeah, Season 4. I'm ready. Season 4, Episode 2. Oh man, I was right. There was a sickness going on. Apparently it's some airborne disease that they got from pigs and they don't have the means to treat it anymore because, of course, the apocalypse happened, so they don't have the medical resources anymore. So things are going to start returning like the Black Plague or measles or whatever the heck is going on. Whatever will happen if you don't vaccinate your kids. That's what's going to happen here. But yeah, the pigs are sick, so it's getting the walkers sick, and that's getting the people sick, and they're like choking on blood, and it's really gross. I have emetophobia, so I can barely handle vomit on TV, and especially vomiting blood, that's a big no-no, so I feel like the next episode's gonna be pretty rough for me. But anyways, for this episode, they were just trying to guess who was probably infected, and so like they're quarantining themselves and cutting themselves off from the rest of the prison in like their own private cell block to keep from getting other people infected. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty scary to find out who has the virus and who doesn't, and hopefully it won't be too gross. And but yeah, we still didn't see the governor. I don't know what's up with him. I don't remember what happened with him last time. I don't remember very well because it's been months since I finished Season 3. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this whole virus stuff goes down. I think Tyrese's girlfriend, what's his name, Tyrese? I think it was. I think his girlfriend got infected, unfortunately. I think that was her at the end of the episode. I can't tell, but it probably was. So that's super sad for him. I wanted him to be happy because he was super cheerful at the beginning of the episode, and I'm depressed. But yeah, Judith, I'm really scared that Judith might be getting sick because she was crying or something and then she spit up. I don't know, it's gonna be scary. It's so stressful. Because not only are there going to be people throwing up and making me sick, but some of them could even die. So this is going to be a very anxiety-inducing episode coming up next. So let's stop wasting time and check it out. Season 4, Episode 3. Oh boy, this is a rough one. Everyone's getting sick now, and there was more puking blood, and I don't like it. My emetophobia does not appreciate this. AMC, come on. Hopefully Daryl and Michonne and Tyrese and that other guy get back with like the remedy and stuff. Herschel is trying to keep it at bay with his herbal teas, and that's really good. I love Herschel to death. He's doing everything he can to help people, and oh man, I really hope Herschel doesn't get sick and pass on from this. I really hope he didn't sacrifice himself for this. I just hope the others can make it back safely and cure a bunch of people, and no one else dies, because we actually had people die. We had Tyrese's girlfriend die and someone else. It was Karen and Daniel, I think their names were. I don't recall correctly, but it turns out Carol killed them. I was thinking that from the beginning of the episode, because she was, all throughout the episode, because she was doing weird stuff. She was getting angry and throwing fits. In previous episodes, she was teaching all the kids how to use weapons. And then in this episode, she tried to fix the water by herself, because she spilled it all earlier. But she was trying to do something super risky by herself, and she's just taking charge and doing her own thing. And yeah, it was to protect everyone else, but still, she's doing things on her own against Rick's orders. So she's kind of like going rogue and taking matters into her own hands, when really it should be something that needs to be discussed. And I was theorizing that she was the one that did it all throughout the episode, and I was gonna see how good I was at guessing at the end of this, and I thought that in the next episode they would reveal that she was the killer, so I could look all smart by predicting it. But no, they just went ahead and revealed it in this episode. But just for the record, I was thinking it all episode, so I technically did predict it, and I'm rambling on about that specific thing too much, because mainly it was just Daryl, Tyrese, Michonne, and the other guy going out to get medicine, while Herschel helps take care of the sick people. And Glenn has it, and it really close to home, because Glenn does whatever I do when I get super sick like that. I'm like hunched over a seat, face in my palms, whispering to myself, "It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay." I do that whenever I feel really sick. So I could just see myself a lot there, and that made me feel more queasy and squeamish and nauseous. So hopefully this sick arc they've got going on fixes soon, and they can move on to something else, because I cannot take much more of this. But anyways, let's go on to the next episode. Season 4, Episode 4. It wasn't an episode about the sick people, thank goodness. But it was still a very sad and depressing episode. Okay, so it centered around supply runs. Daryl and Tyrese and Michonne and that fourth guy whose name I still can't remember are out getting medical supplies and all that. And this time, Rick and Carol went out on their own to go get more food. Except Rick left Carol behind because she killed Karen and that other dude. You know, Tyrese's girl. So unfortunately, he had to leave Carol behind. And Carol's such a cool character. I hope this isn't her writing out of the show. I really hope she comes back. But man, I wonder how Daryl's gonna feel about this. Jeez. But yeah, Carol's gone because she just kept trying to take control and make decisions without permission when Rick is supposed to be the leader. I mean, he even said back at the beginning of Season 3 that it's not a democracy anymore. He is the leader and he is the one making decisions. So Carol, kind of stepping out of line and taking matters into her own hands, ended up getting her punished. And they found 2 other people that they were planning to bring back to the prison with them. Unfortunately, they died off screen. They just didn't have enough time to make it. So that's sad. I thought we were going to get some new people. But we already have plenty of new people already that are going in different directions. So I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, with Daryl and Tyrese and Michonne, there's a 4th guy. He didn't pick up any meds. He just got a bottle of alcohol or beer or something. Just something he could drink to drink away his sorrows, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it was really frustrating because they kept grabbing onto things and not letting go. For example, Tyrese was angry about losing his girl, so he was holding onto a walker and not letting go. He could have died. And then that dude almost lost his drink, so he was holding onto the bag with the drink in it and he wouldn't let go. And then Daryl grabbed onto him because he was angry, and then Daryl wouldn't let go. There was just a lot of grabbing and not letting go. It was very metaphorical about letting go of your problems and all that. So, anyways, yeah, that was Season 4, Episode 4. I'm so glad there wasn't any sick stuff, but we're likely going to get back into that next episode. Because it seems like they're done with their supply runs, and... oh yeah, and I'm gonna miss Carol. But yeah, see you in the next episode. Season 4, Episode 5. There's the governor. Oh, there he was. Oh, that was ominous and creepy how he's just standing there at the end of the episode. So dramatic. I was wondering where he went, and, well, we finally see him, because the sick arc is over. But yeah, this was the end of the little mini, like, infection arc they've got going on, which means that this episode is the climax, aka the worst of it. I cannot handle that kind of stuff. People vomiting and choking on blood. That is not okay with me, and I'm very glad that it's over. Ugh, that's the kind of stuff that'll actually give me nightmares, like killing zombies, whatever, getting bitten and eaten, whatever, but no, choking and vomiting on bodily fluids that are supposed to pump in and out of your heart and throughout your entire body. No. But Herschel is cool. Herschel's awesome. He made it through that whole thing without getting sick himself, and now he's partying with Michonne. And they're just having a good old time. But Daryl and Tyrese and everyone finally got back with the medicine. Unfortunately, Daryl is going to have to deal with the loss of Carol. I'm going to have to see how he reacts next episode. And Sasha's okay. Glenn almost died. That was super scary. And let's see what else happened. Oh yeah, one of the fences got broke down, and Rick finally learned to let Carl actually do stuff, because Carl is getting a lot better as a character. I could not stand Carl in Season 2 and Season 3, but here he seems to be maturing a lot more and just dealing with stuff and learning how to properly talk to his dad. Not like, Dad, don't get angry at me when I do this thing. He's like, no, Dad, I have to do this thing, and that's just the way it is. And he actually sounds reasonable about it this time. So yeah, that was the end of all the sick stuff. The governor's back. Lots of character development. This was a very intense episode, and it was only episode 5, not even the mid-season finale, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they step it up for that. And see you guys in the next video.